And like 3 rounds left in Amsterdam, I lost playing for top 8.
So only 2? It's not too bad. I mean, your
We're not
career's
ready to
been
call you a
pretty
choke
short so
artist yet.
far. Yeah,
Sure.
Like I've been around a little longer. I've only lost playing for top 8 like 3 or 4 times.
I'm kind of a dinosaur though. I've been playing since like 2004. So.
Yeah, but you've been playing for you
Sure.
know just over a year.
I top 8 my first PTQ. And then 90 PTQs
when you
later.
were 12 years old.
90 PTQs later, I got my win. So it's all good.
Well, you've been riding it. So, besides the deck matchup going Gaudenis' favor, I actually think Martin's going to win because he has pink dragon shields, which is
Gotta
a
go with the
large advantage.
Like going into like day 2, I was considering buying new sleeves, but
Yeah.
didn't want to kind of like
Well, the pink dragon
I
shields
think, you,
are...
I think you probably would have made top 8 if you got pink.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I don't think the new
Now I know for next time.
You know they changed the color of pink dragon shields. Like when everybody was like ripping up tournaments with them, it was an entirely different hue.
It was like the
pink.
steroid era of baseball.
Well, when
Pink
people
Dragon Shields
when people
era.
were tearing them up, it was when they were super rare because they stopped making them.
Yeah.
Then they started making them again because they were popular.
Yeah.
But they changed the color of them.
Yeah, they're a little off pink now. I don't know if that's possible to be off pink. But
These babies, these are the future.
dude, you have doilies on your
These sleeves are
sleeves.
nice.
Those look awesome.
You're the worst. You are the worst guy.
Well, 2 out of 3 commentators in this booth besides me don't agree with you. And I was counting as one.
They're just being nice.
He's just jealous, just jealous.
Dude, they have little roses on them. Come on,
They're beautiful.
Rusty. Can you cut back to us real quick? Yeah.
That's more of the pink that was the original pink sleeves.
No.
Yeah, they were like
brighter
that.
than this.
No, it was pretty much this.
Here we go. This is the. You're too close. A little further away, so it can. Yeah, there you go. Hold it still,
you
so
go.
it
We got
focuses.
it.
Yeah. Look at those little doilies, little shiny
They're
decals.
I kinda like him.
That's.
They're like,
I'm so alone in. How am I so alone in this?
I haven't split
The
one yet.
chat will set it right.
Yeah, no,
These are
chat-
not
chat.
acceptable for a grown man to be playing Magic cards in. You should have Pokemon sleeves
A
or.
grown man. We're playing a child's card.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You should have Pokemon sleeves.
Please.
You should have Pokemon sleeves or like
Someday I'll get rid of a little bit of
the
pride
sleeves,
and
the
live,
sleeve
live
with
a
like a
better
black,
life.
a sleeve with a black lotus on it, or like one of those super cheesy ones. Like this is like you're artsy and like
This is metal rose, man.
Is Go taking a mole here?
yeah. It looks like Gaudenis is going to 6.
That lucky Frenchie.
Flare points.
The last time these two met in a GP top 8, Gaudenis defeated Martin Juza on the way to his victory.
Oh,
in Tampa.
they did play in Tampa.
Yeah.
That's right. Dude, Martin just crushed. I had forgotten he was
Yeah,
in that top
that
8.
guy's
He's
just
so sick.
unbelievable. Wait, he was in the top 8 of
He
Tampa?
also
What percentage of
Insane.
limited GPs that he's gone to in the
If it
last
makes
2
you
years
feel
has he
better, 'cause
top
Also,
8?
the 2 years
I couldn't
before
draw
that,
Tampa.
he top
Oh,
16s
yeah, and
like
missed.
literally every tournament in that
Top
whole
12.
season. Like very quietly, nobody knew who he was, and he like very casually level 7.
Who, Juza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but before he finally made his
Oh
breakout,
yeah, you know.
Yeah, once top 8 of that pro
We
tour.
top 8
Yeah.
worlds, man.
He, like, just-
he top
Or
20.
regularly top 16.
He
pro
top
tours.
20'd 12 of the 14 events he played in.
That's
Just
absurd.
regularly top 16 pro
Yeah,
tours.
he's unbelievable.
Like, I have no doubt that this guy's on a level 8 for
Yeah,
the foreseeable future.
yeah. So we are underway with Gaudenis down a card and on the play.
Turn 1 spell bomb.
Looks like a Carnifex Demon. And Gaudenis' hand. Pretty sure Juza can't beat that card if it comes out. Wall Attacking
Turn to
Court.
wall. It's pretty
Wall
good.
that can't actually
That can't
block
be
anything.
activated, so not going to be that effective
So we're
against
just gonna be jumping.
Juza's
We're gonna be
deck.
jumping today.
Looks like, is that a Mirror Smith?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, we haven't seen that
Doesn't
from him
seem
so far.
So effective.
No, it's not going to be
Against,
good this
uh,
game, but
And
he's going to
And
try
like a
and
master, he's not even playing. He's just
Yeah,
going to
he's-
cycle for
yeah.
a better card.
yeah, he's
the
going to
next
try
turn.
and find his planes to get his Skyguard out there, get some pressure on.
Here's the mirror.
The slow control deck, Gaudenis not having a
How many
free
players
draw.
don't play that Mirror Smith that turn? It's like,
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a great play.
And he drew 2 flyers. Awkwardly, one of them being a Glint Hawk.
I had to put it.
Guess you kind of got to
Basically
run
do
the
that
mirror
today.
smith
Really.
here.
Now he's got one.
There,
Yeah,
there it
yeah,
is.
he's got no other play. So, despite Gaudenis basically being down 2 cards and being on the play and mulliganing, it's Martin who's light on mana. Do we know if...
The luck's in the other sack now, isn't it?
I mean, I'm sure Martin is probably shaving on lands. His curve is so low
Right, yeah.
that I'm sure he's down
You
to
think it might
16
be
or
on
so.
16? Yeah. What do we
The
got there?
Revoker, well, with
Mirrorsmith.
Revoker, when you get to look at your opponent's deck list before,
Yeah, that's
before the
pretty
match
sweet.
starts,
I
it's
would
a lot
say
better.
Necrogen
But
Sensor
to be
here.
honest,
I don't know about
he
you.
has a decent amount of planes in his deck.
I'm pretty sure it's named
Yeah,
Glenhawk
yeah,
Idol.
obviously,
What?
blue is a light splash for
No,
sure.
so I mean, like, you know, if he's drawing a land, he's probably gonna draw planes.
It's gonna be planes, for sure,
So I
yeah.
mean, like,
Is there any way we can find out what he named?
There it is, there's the
There's the
planes.
planes.
Hey Rusty, find out what he named.
Spotter.
So
I
here
would assume it's
here come the
Glenhawk Idol.
Flyers. It's got
He has like 3 Necrogen Sensors and stuff.
2
yeah,
Sky Guards,
It probably should be. That should ensure it's
two Sky Guards, a Glint Hawk that he's probably going to be saving for a while.
Oh, Darksteel Axe. Interesting.
Okay,
That's what it is.
makes sense.
Casual Sky Guards here.
Yeah.
What's that card he moved to the front? Oh, that's the Master's
Master's
Call.
Call. Maybe he's just gonna Master's Call, get all the damage he can on the ground before
Maybe
it
he's
gets locked up.
considering not playing into an Arc Trail. Because that would be
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
rough here.
I mean, Arc Trail and Slagstorm are both
there.
considerations.
Well, Slagstorm wouldn't be as bad.
It
but
makes sense that Martin took his time on that target,
Yeah.
but he did end up going with the Sky Guard. There's the 4th land for Gaudenis.
Skin Ranger here. What do we got? That's the Peace Strider?
It's one of the Striders.
Pretty
I think it's
good.
the
Yeah,
Peace one.
Yeah, it looks like peace.
Yeah.
That's not piercing.
There's the
Another
4th
Plains
land for
for
Martin,
Juza.
so now we're on. Both
We got
both
a
decks
game.
are on firing on all pistons. Although the Gaudenis needs more like 5 or 6 lands, right?
To get
He's
going.
got
Yeah.
he's got Carnifex Demon in him. We know that, and a lot of his spells seem
It looks
pretty
like-
expensive.
That's a sensor in Martin's hand.
Yeah, I think it's a sensor, and he's got the Glinthawk to go with it.
That's pretty good.
Which that
I think you kind of want to. I think. You run
Everything,
second
everything's
Sky
pretty
Guard
much
here?
setting up to
Probably.
be a pretty solid game here.
yeah.
We should see
Like, what
both
about like
decks
Sky
playing out.
Guard and then the Glenhawk, the mirror back, and just, you know.
No. You want to Glinthawk the Necrogen sensor.
Sure. There's sensor.
Yeah, you just make a
Oh, I
token.
just made a token. Okay. That seems much better.
So then his next turn, he like end of turn drain you.
And then
My
drain
turn
you,
drain you,
Glenhawk, yeah,
Glinthawk.
Sky Guard, or Glenhawk
No,
sensor.
you replay
yeah,
the sensor.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Alright, Martin
Yeah,
takes
just for
3.
three.
I mean, is that next one?
Oh wow, missed land drop.
These
Sensors him.
next 2 land drops are going to be pretty critical.
Martin, who was light on lands earlier, has drawn 3 in a row now, and that's more than his deck needs to function.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, Martin's really not getting a whole lot in damage-wise.
It looks like he's getting in.
Through combat, you know?
He's getting in for 3 here. Sensor. No.
Well, that land lets
Sensor's really doing the
that land lets him make another mirror
Yeah.
when he replays his sensor,
Glenhawk. Turns sensor.
which is what he's going to do. Yeah, you can't play
Yep.
until like the Slagstorm. Martin's really
Yeah,
far ahead
No,
now.
yeah, I don't think you really.
What's
can play
Gaudenis on?
anyway.
He took 3 that turn. Do we know what he's on?
5th land for go.
5th land, almost to that Carnifex Demon. That's going to be his only real
He's
way to
on
get back
14.
in this game.
He's on 14, okay. So effectively 10. Yeah, it's looking pretty rough for Go here.
It's possible that Strider attack was a little ambitious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was way too
Yeah,
much.
I was kind of wondering about that. We didn't follow it up.
Painful Quandary, not exactly the best play. Oh, okay, it's spread.
Spread the sickness?
Yeah.
Okay. Taking out.
Martin,
Guard.
Martin points to his sensor.
Please.
Proliferate.
You gotta try, right?
Another land for Martin, but he's looking pretty good. I think there was another Glenhawk in his hand.
Oh wow, that'd be pretty.
So
insane
this
right here.
Revoker, you were saying that should probably be on censor. Brian Cole said that.
Does he have two
doesn't have
sensors in his deck?
I think he has at least two and
He has
and
3,
multiple.
I think.
Yeah, he has two or 3,
He has
and he's got
3.
But
multiple
even
Glenhawks.
so,
He has
like,
3. Oh wow, he has
He
3.
named it on a one drop.
Yeah.
It would easily been cast, you know, in the
Yeah,
rest
yeah,
of the
yeah.
game. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Well, no, not necessarily. He did have Mirror Smith.
no, but he went turn 1, turn 2, and then yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, and then Mirror Smith
Yeah,
came
but
out, and then Gaudenis played the
Also-
guy, right?
But without a
Also,
doubt, the
Juza was a
sensor's
bit
definitely
behind on
gonna
land, so I think
win in this game if he ends up winning.
Yeah,
Is it-
yeah,
and
he was
if
he was choked on
You'd
land
rather
at that
see him
point.
like spend a bunch of mana on.
I agree.
Dark
If Revoker had been on censor, this would be
I
a very
mean-
different game.
With 3 sensors, though, I think you gotta name sensor though.
He still might be close to okay if he peels one next turn and plays the demon.
I mean, he's
No,
got.
Juza has Lumen Grid Drake in hand.
Like,
Oh, okay.
to be fair, like Go knowing he has a soul draw, I think he should have named sensor. Because he knows if Martin has a fast draw, he won't be able to deal with it.
I mean, it's
I
an
guess it's
interesting
definitely debatable.
consideration. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
interesting consideration to be sure.
What are we casting?
Just getting another token
Sensor and
off
a
the
token.
sensor, off of another sensor.
So much value out of that Mirror Smith. What's that?
Another flyer.
The Sky Hunter or whatever.
Okay. Go, I think just needs a Slack Storm here.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
dead.
Slagstorm's a big game right here.
I don't think he drew it though.
I mean, he's still dead. Juza has another Glenhawk in hand.
Oh, he does? Wow,
Yeah.
that's absurd.
Bleak Cloven
Oh.
Vampires, the game 4.
Kinda
One
gives him-
time.
Juza
Alright, so you just-
does it in response so they don't have to mark their life pads twice.
So pro.
I like it.
So it goes on 10. He's got 4 in the air.
I think Martin has a Divine Offering in his hands, so that
You
whole
kill, like,
revoke
the-
thing is. Oh wait, no, it's a Master's Call. I'm sorry, it's a Master's Call
Yeah,
from
it's
way earlier.
Yeah. For the entire-
Can they hear us? I feel like they're really close to us.
I don't
Okay.
think
I don't
so.
think they can.
They're pretty far, and they're in the zone too. I mean, if he doesn't have the Grimhog in hand, it's like,
So, yep.
it's game over, right?
4 more in the air.
Like, for sure. Wait, this puts go on 6. Yeah, I mean, like,
Oh, I guess he doesn't have another.
no, there's
Grimlock.
no, yeah, he would have
No,
slammed it, I think.
it's a Kemba Skyguard and a Master Spell.
Yeah, I thought the
He doesn't have a
Skyguard.
Lumen
I don't think I'd play something else here.
Yeah.
All the cards you talked
Like,
about were lies.
probably just pass the turn.
Lies.
Is that a Drake?
He has a Master's Call, doesn't he?
You said you had a Lumen Grid Drake though.
It looks like a Drake, right?
No,
Is that an island?
Yes,
That's an island.
Master's Call.
I know
Kemba
island
Skyguard.
gets me every time.
Oh man.
You hear me go?
Yeah, I just made up all those cards
Yeah.
then. Apologies.
You live in fantasy land.
Apologies.
They can see too, so it's all good.
Yeah. Let's play another flyer.
Skyguard, oh wow.
Gaudenis at
well,
6.
one
Only-
outer.
Only Slackstorm here. And that is not a red card.
Players with mirroring poses there.
I think Go's just like thinking
Yep.
about what he's gonna eat tonight. Think about how he's gonna sideboard.
Wonder what's gonna happen.
Martin
with
Juza takes game 1.
Shotgun, not me.
Shotgun on me. Alright, Brian.
Cool, it's
Strike
all
Zone
you.
Online. .com.
You can save 10% with the coupon code
Yeah.
GG's Live.
They're always
And-
buying cards, paying the top dollars.
Always buying at the highest
and all
prices.
that stuff.
And free shipping on any order $30 or more.
They sh-
Calcano, so professional.
And I mean, in
I
this
try.
economy, free shipping's a big deal.
Agreed.
Gotta make that buck stretch as far as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause
Those
you're-
coupons for Qdoba.
Oh,
were so
Oh,
good.
they were insane. I saw,
Like,
I saw the guy
I
on
think Magic
Friday.
players took Qdoba out of business this weekend.
You mean put them back in business?
Or vice
Wait,
versa.
was
I
it-
don't know.
was it like
I don't,
a-
I don't know how much money they
I
make per
ate
burrito.
there 4 times this
Was
weekend.
it free $5 or just like you get like this insane meal for $5?
Yeah, this insane meal.
Insane
Insane
meal.
meal for
It's
$5?
like a $9 meal for $5.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I ate there 4 times.
I ate there twice today.
Yeah, I ate there twice today as well. Ate there Friday, Saturday, and twice today.
Like, yeah, America doesn't have an eating problem.
Well, I mean,
we're not obese, America.
The problem is there's nothing. The only other places here are like KFC, Taco Bell,
A&W.
A&W. Yeah, forget that.
Which, by the way, I had a root beer
Urban
float from there.
Sombrero.
Amazing.
Yeah, obviously. I think that might be the only edible thing on the menu, though.
These cheese balls are actually like surprisingly good.
I believe it.
First
They're
by
like-
a
Are they like the
mile.
jalapeno stuff, like the jack cheese?
They're like mozzarella sticks, but they're like balls. But they're really good. Yeah, that's what they're called. Cheese curds.
Yeah, of course Rusty knows exactly what this deep fried cheese
Cheese
is
curds,
called.
Yeah.
cheese curds are the nut.
Yeah, exactly. They're really
You
good.
can't go to an eating establishment in Madison, Wisconsin without being able to order cheese curds. It's great.
I remember when I used to be on like a competitive travel baseball team, and whenever we went up to Wisconsin for tournaments, we'd all like just eat Culver's every single day.
Ugh.
It was like, yeah.
Yeah, not the
I was a-
not
What
the
did you play?
Culver's
I
part.
was a
but the-
force-
but the
I was a
travel
four-sport
baseball
athlete.
part.
What position did you play?
I was a catcher, but then I blew my knees out, so I started pitching and playing right field when I wasn't
you
pitching
were a
because they still
pitcher
wanted
and
me
a
to hit.
Why'd you stop?
I blew my knees out.
Oh.
Like, I only cared about catching, so when I couldn't catch anymore, then I slowly grew away from the game.
I miss baseball.
Yeah, baseball's the best. Whenever I drive,
America's pastime.
yeah, whenever I drive by like a Little League game, I just like, I'm like, oh.
I mean,
no.
well, you're a Mets fan too. I'm a Mets fan. I actually don't pay attention to baseball anymore. They have driven me to
If I was,
hate the
yeah, if I
sport.
was a Mets fan, I wouldn't pay attention either.
And especially now with the whole like Madoff thing, it's
I was-
just like
Yeah.
unbearable.
If I was a Mets fan, I wouldn't be a Mets fan
Yeah?
anymore.
Sorry, bro.
I'm not a Mets fan. I'm not a baseball fan. I don't pay attention to the sport.
What's your baseball team?
Me?
Yeah.
The Atlanta Braves.
All right.
That's insane.
Chipper Jones is my favorite player. Has been since I was 6 years old, his rookie year.
Yeah, the whole Shea thing kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
Naming his child Shea.
Oh, Chipper Jones with the sick rubbins.
Dude, that's insane.
I mean, even though he's just
Yeah,
like
I mean-
literally the mortal enemy of the Mets, like, I
mean,
still
like,
love that guy. He's
yeah,
just
He's a
awesome.
pretty solid
he's the
baseball
nut.
player, but I'll give
He's
him that.
amazing. He's like,
Does he have 3,000 hits?
But every year when he gets like he
I don't
tears
know.
his ACL.
He's
or
close if
whatever,
he doesn't. I mean, I remember last year he was batting like 400 for like 75% of the season.
And then he died.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
dies
that was
every year.
unfortunate.
And the magic begins.
All right, now
Baseball,
back to Magic.
we'll have to do the
Back
Matt
to-
Baccio Sports Hour some other time.
Back to real life.
We're back
Well,
to the
they'll be
GP.
shuffling again. Don't worry.
They'll be back. We're back to the GP finals. GP Denver. Martin Juza on your right, Gaudenis on your left, and Gaudenis thinking about his hands. Or I'm sorry, Gaudenis. It looks like Juza's thinking about his hand.
Yeah, do we know who's on the play here?
Well, Gaudenis had choice. Martin has a 5-land.
I would hope Gaudenis is on the play
Okay,
here.
Martin's hand, if you can't see, is Island, 4 Planes, Sky Hunter, Sky Guard.
Oh wow, that's
That doesn't
interesting.
seem like a winner to me.
Now,
He definitely he
a
can't.
lot, I know a lot of people that would
He
keep
just
that.
drew a Glenhawk, I think.
Yeah, but Martin is one of the more aggressive mulliganers in the game, or at least he was. He's become more Americanized, and by Americanized I mean sloppy. Yeah,
Eating Qdoba 3 times a day.
but yeah, he's definitely loosened up his mulligan range quite a bit.
What do you think? What do you think
The
Gaudenis
Martin-
is going to do about this Brexit
Yeah.
this time?
Think he's learned his lesson? We'll find out in a moment. But my
You know
point
it's
is,
gonna end up wrong.
Well, he's thinking about it.
The equipment's
Martin-
gonna come down. if
Martin
he-
has definitely loosened up his mulligan. Like him 2 years ago would not have kept that.
Dark still acts again. Oh wow.
I'd never keep
consistent.
that.
So I guess he didn't. I guess he did not learn his lesson.
Yeah, I mean definitely. I mean, at least last game, Juza played turn 1 spellbound, but this game he had no turn 1 to play. So
This looks a little better
So
for
the
Gaudenis.
control that go and beat down this game. Pretty.
oh wow, no
interesting.
third land
Well,
drop though.
When
That's
the
a
way
little
is
rough.
clear, he's going to have to kill that flyer anyway. You know, he's might as
Yeah.
well kill it.
There's the Sky Guard.
Oh, he drew a Glenhawk, I don't think.
So he's got Idle, Glenhawk, and some lands. Yep. Well, he kept a 4-lander and he's drawn 2 spells and a land so far. So
Go with the mountain off
could
the
be
top.
worse. Yeah, he doesn't even have
Juza's on 14 now, I think. Fresh and
Even with
Ranger.
all those Glinthawks, he's still not naming the sensor. I don't know. Well, the third land came just in time, or a turn late,
Yeah.
rather, but Phyrexian Rager is a nice card when
Oh, yeah.
you're about to miss land drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that guy.
Looks like an edge right, so it's going to be idle and edge right. Not a bad turn for Martin. Trying to get a look at Gaudenis' hand.
Beats in for 4.
Yeah, the deck that's supposed to be more controlling is
Just going beat down.
Crush the
Crush.
Grimlock
That's a
Idol
big game.
before it
That's
can
pretty
be
good.
activated. It's kind of cheating though, right?
That's a big game.
And a Moryak Reaper. I love that guy. He gets the job done.
He gets the job done.
I mean, Gaudenis' deck looks like it's just trying to survive the early game. You know,
Definitely.
he's definitely is light on 3-drops, and a 3-drop creature that can block profitably. Well, not profitably, but break even. Is a fine addition to his deck. Looks like Martin drew another land. Oh, I'm sorry.
That
He's got,
wasn't
What's
a,
that last card?
he's got an artifact or something.
He was at Glenhall.
Yeah, it's.
And
What is that?
Oh, it might be the jumper guy.
the jumper guy.
Oh, the jumper.
We're never gonna learn his name.
Never.
We're just gonna keep calling him the jumper guy till the end of time.
He's only good at one thing, though.
So he just passed there?
I don't want to say we overstayed our welcome, but
Yeah, they are breaking down the convention hall around us. So if you're hearing loud booms, we apologize for the noise.
We've wore out our welcome in Denver.
Yeah. Juza trades away his team, trying to regain some ground.
5th land.
Dennis
drop
does
for
have the 5th land.
Grasshopper.
I like that guy.
Divine Offering off the top, it seems.
Yep.
Just in time, I guess.
I mean, anytime a Hill Giant has an ability on it, like, it's gotta be, it's gotta be
It's gotta be
playable.
Not my team.
You guys probably remember the days when just the normal Hill Giant was awesome, right?
I had 2 draws hoppers in my red-green deck in
Yeah.
the sealed portion.
Yeah, I was talking to Kibler and like some old school guy, and he was like, "Yeah, it might have been Chapin." He's like,
Yeah.
"We used to count like how many Hill Giants were in our deck to tell how good it was."
That's when I first went to draft.
Yeah, that's
when I
that's
was
the
told.
metric you use to determine how good your deck is.
Never take anything over Hill Giant unless it's removal.
Yeah, unless it
Divine
kills a Hill
Offering,
Giant.
Hopper.
So the Divine Offering on the Dross Hopper.
So Juza
Or
gains 1
Dross.
effectively.
What is that? Dross Ripper.
Is it Dross
Right?
Ripper?
Dross Hopper is a very different magic card.
That's how Rada Guzman and Bob Maher dominated.
Yeah.
Peace Strider for
Peace
go.
Strider. He's got all the Hill Giant pluses.
And land off the top for Juza.
Yeah, yet another land for Martin. I know Martin's going to be lamenting that keep because, like I said,
Yeah, probably like 5 lands.
the Martin Juza of 2 years ago would not have kept that hand. Not saying it's right or wrong, but I know for sure he's going to be lamenting this keep after flooding out like this.
Watch you leaving the booth for nobler pursuits.
I don't really blame him though.
Yeah.
To be fair,
No, I
like,
mean,
turn 2 guy, turn 3 guy.
no, it's not unplayable on the draw. You know, he's
Yeah.
probably playing a land light deck. It's not
Yeah.
a clearly right or clearly wrong.
Yeah,
There's
keep.
jumper.
It's
He's
just
probably playing like 15 lands, right? Or 16.
Yeah, it's not a clearly right or wrong keep. I'm just saying
Probably
that
like 16.
No, I,
Martin's definitely gonna be thinking that one over tonight if he does indeed lose this game.
fair.
So it is the hopper that he had been holding. Heartstoker.
Sucker. I like that guy too.
Stoke it up.
Gaudenis has all the filler 3-drops just to block. Martin falls down to like.
I'm not sure how
8.
effective a strategy that is with all of the
Looks like
players.
another. Is that a
It's a
Drake or another
Luminger Drake,
Okay.
yeah.
I guess he wants 2/2s because Juza can just throw it. Juza can throw
I
it.
hope that's on camera. I hope that's on
It's not.
Not anymore.
You just throw out so many 1-1s. I guess you want to bring all the 2-2s you can in. Demon.
Carnifex Demon.
That's got to be game here. And we're
There we
going
go.
to game
Here
3.
we go.
Game 3 here in Denver.
Let's decide the GP here.
One more game to decide our Grand Prix Denver champion.
Sudden death. 2 men enter.
Only
I
one
have to both get each other the one.
survives.
And it's actually Sunday.
You guys think I should be a voiceover artist?
No.
Yeah, you'd probably take over for like that guy who does the movies,
Yeah.
like in a world.
Dude, I could
Like-
totally do it.
You're definitely gonna be that guy's successor.
We were talking about that earlier. My sister, who goes to Boulder, came to the event. You might have read about her in the coverage. She was the head of Team AJ, my entourage for the weekend. But yeah, she was telling everybody stories from my childhood, trying to embarrass me to my friends. And yeah, I've had a very, very low voice my entire life. So like, I was like a flaxen-haired little 4-year-old, you know, and just had this low, raspy voice. Like, my mom said that I used to sound like a 50-year-old smoker when I was like 6 years old. But yeah, we're talking. It's pretty funny because I've done 2 of the deck techs at Pro Tours.
Yeah.
And I look at the YouTube comments, which YouTube comments are just like the dregs of humanity, you know?
Right.
And
It's almost as bad as the GG's live forum.
just kidding, we love you. But all of them, or like almost all of the comments were like, dude, quit trying to make your voice sound low. Like, puberty will come eventually. It's like, sorry, bro, that's how I talk. Oh.
Standard GG's live chat.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty standard.
Okay.
Typical standard everyday usuals.
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Yeah, so game 3 here. Martin's gonna have choice.
I bet he plays.
Yeah, he's gotta
play.
He's gotta beat down. There's no way he's winning the long game, as we just saw. Although he was flooded. You may think it's black-red against blue-white. You may think it's Martin Juza against Gaudenis. And you may think that it's the Czech Republic against Lithuania/America. But in reality, it's pink versus purple.
Purple. That's not a real pink. It's
A
like,
sloppy shuffle from Juza.
if he had pink rose sleeves, he would no contest win.
Dude, you're the only one who is shameless enough to use those.
All right.
I'd rock those.
Yeah, you would.
I mean, I definitely would. They look sweet.
He envies them. Look. Cano knows.
Maybe they'll get me to my first GP top 8 in Spain. Who knows?
You going to Barcelona?
Probably.
It's a sweet town.
It's gonna be
it's
huge.
one of the European cities I've enjoyed visiting.
Yeah. Yeah, Europe
That
sucks.
and Prague.
Yeah. I want to go to Prague too.
I kind of like Gothenburg.
Yeah, Gothenburg was awesome. I liked it. All the people were nice.
Gothenburg was fun.
And they all
I
spoke
wasn't there
perfect
long
English.
enough. Yeah, that was
It
good.
was insane.
I wasn't there long enough to enjoy it, but I enjoyed.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to enjoy much of Barcelona since I can only go for the weekend.
Well, we start with planes.
Drake.
I'm sorry, it's 3 planes.
Skyguard.
Skyguard, Lumengrid Drake,
And he keeps.
2
like a snap
other
keep.
spells. Yeah. Snap. My hand's too greasy to
Planes
snap.
off the top. Oh wow, no 2-drop. Kind of
He's
makes
got
you
a
wonder.
sensor.
Another.
He has
Oh
Dennis
wow.
doesn't have
He
black.
has Archer on his hand.
He's Arch Trail, but he doesn't have black.
Juza has drawn
Just wants
2 hands in a
to
row
think
here.
I think. Yeah, he just tapped the top of his deck. I didn't see a swamp in his hand.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an interesting
his
game.
4th land is a mountain as well.
What was that off the top there for Juza?
Glenhawk Idol. He's
There's
got
the
Glenhawk Idol, Divine Offering.
Oh wow, this is.
Necrogen Sensor, Lumengrid Drake. Yeah, that's it. And
Oh, wow.
Plains. That's his.
Oh, wow.
That's his hand.
Go's about to.
Go
Is
missed
he about
again.
to? Another mountain.
Yeah, his 4th land was a mountain. He
This
hasn't
is
drawn a
pretty
land
insane.
yet. Or a
Like his
small
hand
land.
is Arch Trail and like 6 black cards, right? Or is that a Peace Strider in there?
That Peace Rider would be a fine play here. Flare Husk.
Oh wow, that's very unimpressive.
Not quite gonna cut it. He must be arc trailing, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, guess not.
I thought. I
I mean, oh wow, there's the island.
Can you really afford to wait for value? You know.
I don't know why he didn't
He's on
play Censor there.
14 now, right? Yeah, 14 for
Does
go.
he have a sensor?
I thought he did. Maybe I'm making up cards again. Yeah, it looks like a Censor.
It's definitely Draken Island. Yeah, I definitely run the sensor out here.
Maybe you saw the future.
Kind of makes you wonder why you paid
Yeah.
one to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
AG Sag. Actually,
If I could-
commentating matches that haven't happened.
And
If I could tell the
Calcano-
future, you'd think I'd win a match sometimes.
AJ, can you like one time say and Calcano wins Pro Tour Nagoya? That'd be pretty sweet.
No, sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Sorry.
your champion for Pro Tour Nagoya. Matt Baccio.
Casually not qualified. Like,
Fuck.
We're still,
yeah,
on,
and that-
we're still on
it's-
Martin's turn, right?
Yeah, and it's a little awkward because Martin, he activated the Glenlock Idol assuming that he was going to play the Lumengrid Drake, but now he's thinking about playing the Censor, which if he does, it doesn't leave him the mana to Divine Offering this turn, which if
obviously.
Gaudenis has, say, Precursor Golem, then that could get awkward. But no, he does follow through with his original plan. There's a Swamp.
Ding,
Now,
ding,
a lot
ding.
of Gaudenis' cards are still double black. This lets him back into the game, but to take over, he's going to need another.
I can
What is that? We got
something.
is the Moriok Reaver in his hand. What else
Yeah,
does he
like
have
a
in there?
Reaver is not going to help him stabilize. A lot of his single black spells aren't going to help him stabilize. He needs the Carnifex Demons in his deck, you know? Like the cards that really get him back into it.
He'd play his Precursor Golem.
Oh, there's Slagstorm. Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, it's not really that advantageous for him.
I mean, I think it's pretty huge
It's,
here
it's
because,
good.
like,
It's good, but it's not
Like-
as good as it could have been against Martin's deck.
like a swamp.
Martin's drawing quite a few lands here.
Yeah, like a swamp off the top and
I don't know
go
why,
takes control
I
of
don't
this
know why
game.
he's not playing Censor, though. Just protecting it.
Not sure either.
Well, there's a sensor now.
Because, I mean, it's not like he can slow roll it because Gaudenis is going to play around it anyway because he has so many of them.
Juza is on one Divine Offering in his hand, it looks like.
Yeah, and a couple
I don't
lands.
understand why he didn't just play sensor. I guess it doesn't really matter, but
There's a Swamp.
oh wow.
This that was
Yeah,
that
this
was a
is
big draw step.
Yeah, back-to-back Swamps. He does have the Precursor Golem that Juza would gain 15 life from,
There's a demon.
but Carnifex Demon is...
No, it's only 5, isn't it?
No, it's copies of the card, right? Oh, no, they're tokens. My bad.
Goes on 10 now, I think.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
another land
another
for
land
Juza.
for
This
Martin.
isn't looking good.
Yeah, back-to-back Swamps
It's
for
not going
Gaudenis.
well for him.
I think you like snap call here, right? Like, there's nothing in Juza's deck that could, you know, like seems like a bad bluff. I think.
Gaudenis checks his notes real quick. Yeah, I can...
Like he knows his entire deck, right? So
What could
yeah,
Yeah.
that's just
why
a
did he
bad
do
bluff.
that?
Yeah, I mean, desperate times call for desperate
What
measures.
trick could he have?
Literally none. Well, I mean, Gaudenis knows his whole deck, so. Wow, third swamp in a row. Yeah, this is pretty much
Reaver,
over.
Precursor Golem. It's...
You bash for 4 here.
Four.
Juza on 17 now. Oh wow.
There's the Precursor
Precursor
Golem.
Golem.
He's
Juza-
going to gain 5
He's
life, not 15.
not stopping him.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Origin Spellbomb. Is it not a Divine Offering in his hand?
Maybe it isn't.
I don't know why he wouldn't end step it there. It looks like a
He
Divine
has so many
Offering.
lands, he probably can afford to wait.
I mean, not really,
see what
because
happens.
like for exactly this draw, like if he draws a spell here or whatever, of course he's not going to, but yeah.
And there goes the team.
Grip full of spells for
No
Gaudenis.
Eclipse.
There's Divine Offering.
So game 5, take 4.
Juza on 18 now.
Gaudenis looks to extend his board here.
There's Sunwall's man here. He just playing.
Reaver
and
Dross
Ripper.
Ripper. Wow.
Draws.
This is a really strong draw. Once he got that black mana, yeah,
That's
just
the,
2
yeah,
lands.
that's all right.
Gaudenis wins
Martin
again.
Juza
Gaudenis
extends the
Vidugiris.
hand. Gaudenis Vidugiris.
Our Grand Prix Denver champion.
Pretty harmless couple of games for Gaudenis, so he just uses his deck pretty much betraying him.
Wow, how sick are both of these players?
You really couldn't ask for a better final.
Not as sick as Brian Kibler was.
Nice. Nice.